Good morning. Happy Wednesday. It's Natalie, the dear hairdresser, saying hello after kind of a weird week. Mercury is in retrograde. I like how that's kind of like a common knowledge now, but people think it's kind of a joke, but it's kind of not also. Anyways, I have come in today to talk about all the benefits of journaling. I have long been journaling just because I have a lot of thoughts in my head, something my mom had done. And I used to do diary type stuff, like my daily activities. And then over time, it's turned into something that's a little more intuitive. I get lots of creative kind of rhyming words in my head that sort of absorb some of the feelings that I'm having, and I just jot them down. Anyways. Recently, I have been reconnected with my journal from when I was a 20-year-old girl and a 21-year-old girl in college living in Santa Barbara. And it's been quite an adventure rereading some of this. And I think one of the keys to journaling that is so great is that you can go back and reflect on who you were at that time and start to see some patterns. So not only had I been going back on all of my stuff previous to this, which is now my oldest journal to date that I have connection with, I had been looking at a lot of my other old things and starting to put together little life patterns. And since I'm always trying to level up, so to speak, this has been really useful information. So there are a couple of like key things that I have been like centering around for my whole life, I noticed. Things that deal with feelings of romance and rejection, feelings of guilt and shame, not belonging, things like that. And I think that I am ready to level up out of those. So reading in this little journal, and I just wanted to give little Natalie a hug because she was a sassy little thing that was getting into lots of little adventures. Pretty funny. On a sadder note, that is also kind of connecting with these feelings of nostalgia that I'm having right now. A really, really close friend from my childhood passed away. And that's just bringing up a lot of sad feelings, of course, because that person was such a big part of that growing up part of my life. This was my best friend's older brother, and together we had this very large friend group that kind of came together and hung out through high school and then into college, into Santa Barbara. And now that this person's life has kind of arced and I've seen the full weight of that, it's hard to process. And that makes me think about all my friends and the life in California that I left, 23 years ago when I moved up here. So anyways, I, am a believer that we're all kind of having a shared experience, but in our own little ways. So that makes me wonder for you, the audience, my friends out there, how everyone's processing right now these feelings of going back and this nostalgia, and looking back over your own life and your patterns to see where you can make adjustments, and then having to really observe and accept other people's choices and lives, and that they're not here anymore, and that's sad. Okay, I have to go to work and I'm gonna shower. All that good stuff.